We have voice votes that we can do on the executive nominees. We'll hold over the bill that's on here since it's on the agenda for the first time. I will be voting for Judge Bello and Judge Lawless. I'd like to tell you why I oppose Judge Benjamin. For circuit court nominees, I'll support nominees if they're committed to following constitutional laws. Unfortunately, Judge Benjamin doesn't have many decisions available that address constitutional law or other complex legal issues. That makes it hard to judge her judicial philosophy. The decisions she has made raise concerns. She had decisions in which she granted bond that raised public safety concerns. In one, she said it was because of the speedy trial clause, but at her hearing, she didn't mention the most important factor in that analysis, whether the defendant was prejudiced by delay. Her decision to give a sentence below the mandatory minimum was also concerning. The legislature went to great lengths to say that a minimum sentence was required and no credit could reduce a sentence below the minimum. I understand that some people don't think it's relevant to talk about judicial philosophy. Almost everyone used to agree that it's, quote, fair to inquire into nominees' judicial philosophy, end of quote. Some on the other side even acknowledge that judicial philosophy plays what they called a central role in nomination hearings. Some tried to convince Americans that living constitutionalism really wasn't that bad, but Americans weren't buying it. It looks like this administration decided on a different plan. Most nominees won't even bother to explain their philosophies. I understand some people agree with originalism, but as Justice Scalia used to say, it takes a theory to beat a theory. When he referred to a theory, I'm confident he didn't mean the conspiracy theories offered by the dark money groups on the left, that there's a shadowy conservative cabal telling conservative judges how to rule. Because Judge Benjamin hasn't convinced me that she's committed to enforcing the constitutional laws as written, I'll be voting no. I also want to explain my opposition to Judge John, a nominee for the District Court, Massachusetts. He opposed the Department of Homeland Security's Secure Communities program, which checks fingerprints from people arrested by state and local police with immigration records. That's a very common sense program, and his explanation for why he opposed it isn't very satisfactory. I'd like to take this opportunity to mention some important bipartisan work that I believe we can accomplish before this Congress ends. I know many of my colleagues agree with me that one of the most significant things that we do in this committee is protecting victims of terrible crimes. Senators Feinstein, Cornyn, Klobuchar, and I are working to reauthorize the Trafficking Victims Protection Act to provide services to victims of human trafficking. Senator Ossoff and I are working to modernize federal offenses that protect children from sex abuse. Many members of this committee have given valuable feedback on both of these pieces of legislation, and I believe these bills can soon move to the floor. I thank you, to my colleagues, for your partnership. I yield.